Hello, my beautiful friends. We are here today and we are going to be reacting to BTS Spring Day. I am Via and I have been a dancer for 17 years, competitively for 6 years. I am now retired since I have gone to college and I do not have the time for dancing and classes, but we are going to be reacting to the music videos specifically. And I am still a baby army, I would say. So I do know who the members are, but I'm still learning very much about the group. And yeah, here's how it's going to go down. We're going to analyze the video first. And then I'm going to watch the video and then we're going to analyze it. So let's go. I'm sorry if you can't hear the video. I don't know how to fix that, to be honest. So just let me know what I can do to fix it. All right, let's begin. So already we have the old Big Hit logo, which is amazing. There's V. I think my quality is low. Okay. And he looks like he's at a train station. We're just gonna let it play through while I think of things. Oh no, what is he doing? Oh, he's like listening for something. That sounded like a train horn. And that's Jungkook. Beautiful, beautiful. Jimin, these are very beautiful scenes. RM. So he's on the train. I do like that camera movement. You can see that there's clothes strewn around him. Omelas. That looks like a motel. Oh, there's all the members. So I did listen to the song and look at the lyrics beforehand, so I'm not confused and reading the lyrics. There's Jin, and he's looking up at the members, running up the stairs. Like that. There's Jungkook. It looks like that's a carousel of some sort. It says you never walk alone. They are walking alone though. So that's funny. Omelas again. He's piercing his ear. Ooh. V did the same thing as Jin, which is fun. Jungkook looks so beautiful here. They're just having a good time, you know? Just a good time. He's at a laundromat. I don't know why Jin looks like he's crying, but it's oh my god, Yoongi. This pile of clothes, I've seen it before. It's like I forget where I've seen it. J-Hope. I noticed that in the recording, J-Hope doesn't actually sing at all in this song, but I know that in like live performances he does. So there's the train. There are many cars to it. I did react to the since I'm a dancer, I did react to the dance practice. If you want to see that, I linked it in the bio below. Jungkook is now running where RM was running, and it's all dark. So he's running, and all the members join him. Ooh, that's actually the train that Jungkook was on. And you can see that he looked at each other. the passing underneath of a train going towards the light or fading from the light represents like death. Now they're all on the clothes pile and it's all colorful and bright. They look amazing, by the way. So you're zooming out of Jungkook and all the members are there with him. How sweet. This is sweet. This is nice. Jimin looks a little sad though. Jimin looks amazing. And I actually forgot that Jimin has a cartilage piercing like me, or I have one like him. Oh, I did not know that they had this ending part on there. The song usually just ended with that last syllable and it just ended. It didn't have the oh whoa whoas at the end like it does in the music video. So it's just actually pretty cool, pretty nice looking. And Jimin put the shoes in the tree, which is really cool. Yeah, so this music video was actually it's actually really, really sweet, really nice. Um, I don't have an ad blocker. I'm sorry about that. So we're just gonna have to watch the ad for right now. And then we're gonna go back and we're going to reevaluate it. We're gonna look through it again and see what's up. What's up with it? So, so let's actually go back and we're going to rewatch it. And this time I'm gonna be pausing and stuff. Now I'm a third year in college, so I have taken all my English courses as of now. So at this first scene, we can actually see that you actually see V and he's wearing navy, blue, dark colors is a lot of times symbolism of sadness, feeling of darkness and stuff. And you can see in the background there's actually writing on the wall. I don't know what it says. I don't speak Korean, so I can't read that. V actually steps onto the tracks, and the funny thing to know about this is that when I like looking at this scene right now, when V like kneels down, you can actually see that it's during the day, but it's not sunny. It's snowing, but it's not sunny. And you can actually tell on the side, on the left, like if you're looking at the video on the left-hand side, it's actually very, you see my mouse over here, it's actually very rusted and very old looking. So that paired with the fact that V is on the tracks, listening for the train tells me that this train station is actually abandoned. Um, I don't care if it is a weekday, weekend. Uh, there would be trains running through this station if it was not abandoned. So the fact that he's there alone, there's no other people around him waiting for a train, tells me that this train station is either closed or abandoned. And even if it was closed there or like people aren't there because there's no train, someone in security, even back when this was uploaded, which I think was 2017, yeah, 2017, they would not allow you to be on the tracks like that. They would not allow you to be kneeling on the tracks, especially putting your head towards the tracks. That's maybe it's different in Korea. I don't know, but I don't think it's that. Um, but I don't actually think that V is trying to get himself killed here. You can see that he puts his ear to the train tracks and not his neck. And then we hear the sound of a horn, I think. Yeah, that horn sounds either like a boat or a train. I'm assuming it's a train. mainly because he's at a train station. But tell me in the comments. Let me know. So you can see that we're actually hearing the sound of a train. So that really confirms to me that the horn that we just heard was a train. And we can see that we are either at the end of the train, or we are or we are just following the tracks with no train, which can actually further emphasize the fact that that this railroad right here is abandoned because we're following an invisible train, or we're on the back of a train. And Jungkook, I'm gonna I'm gonna go on because we had established that the train station is abandoned. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that Jungkook is in an abandoned train that does not exist. So Jungkook is on a non-existent train, and he's looking out the window at all the things passing by. Now, the funny thing about this scene right here, it's a beautiful scene, beautiful scene. I would take a picture of this and I would use it as my background. But Jimin is actually wearing a long sleeve shirt and shorts at the beach. You don't normally do that. I live by a beach town, and you do not normally wear shorts and a long sleeve and sneakers to the beach, even if it's during the day. Even if it's during like the fall time, you wouldn't be wearing shorts and a long sleeve shirt. You'd be wearing shorts and like um a short sleeve shirt, or you would be wearing all long sleeve if it was colder out. But this is telling me that Jimin is in that weird phase of it being cold enough to wear a long sleeve, but warm enough to still have shorts on. So it's probably fall, end of fall, close to winter, or mid fall, something like that. So it's getting colder, but it's still not cold enough to be wearing long pants. So, as we reiterated beforehand, RM right here has blue eyes. Clearly, they're contacts, but he has blue eyes, and blue eyes, or the color blue, really symbolizes sadness, a deep darkness, gloominess. So, this scene right here, we have a scene and it's tilted and it's coming in straight. So, and then around, you can see a bunch of luggage, clothes strewn around, probably left there by someone, I hope, or it's all RM's, or it's all his. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 suitcases, plus the ones on the chairs, are all his. I doubt that. So I think because we had established that this train is an imaginary train or does not exist, like how the limit doesn't exist. Yeah, I tried to put in a little math joke there and it didn't work. But um, RM, all of these clothes signify that, or can signify that they've been left there either in a hurry or left there by passengers, since they're all strewn around. It seems like people just put stuff down and up and walked out of the scene. And RM walks, and we see V. So this is really interesting. So not the fact that he's running to the hotel where J-Hope and Yoongi are, but it says Omelas. Omelas is actually, I think it's a book, if I'm thinking correctly. I I'm pretty sure Omelas is a book. Um, I don't know what the book is about though. If you guys want to tell me, you guys can drop it in the comment section. I think my teacher mentioned it like once moons ago, but I don't remember. But the real fact is that RM is not, it's snowing, you can see that, but RM is, he goes like this, but he's not putting his hood up. He's just fixing it. So that could also mean that even though it's winter, he's trying to act like it's not winter, it's not snowing. And he doesn't and he just doesn't want to put his hood up. Maybe it's because he's just going such a short distance, but like if I was him, I'd be putting that hood up, you know? So that could also mean that he's not ready to move on from this person who was in their life. I don't know if it's about a person. I don't I don't really know, but I do know that it's been at the top of the charts for like forever, and I think it's called the Queen of BTS songs or something. I have seen the movie Snowpiercer actually. Um, so Snowpiercer is actually a really big movie. I'm not going to go into huge analysis here, but Snowpiercer is a movie, and it's about the government, and every single person lives on this train, and it's the ice age outside, so it's freezing cold. You cannot go outside. It's sub below zero. If you go outside, you're going to freeze like instantly. The wealthier people are in the nicer carts at the front, the poorer people at the back, and then the poor revolt because the wealthy people are taking children from the poor. And so the poor revolt, and they get up to the front, and they find out through a lot of attacks and harsh words being thrown and a bunch of fights, they finally get up to the front, and they find out that they take children because the children are small enough to get into the train's maintenance areas. So, yeah, and then they revolt, and then at the end of the movie they look outside the train, and there's snow falling. So if it is sub below zero, there is no snow. If it is sub below zero, the world has turned into ice, and there should be no snow because it is too cold for snow to form. So seeing snow means that the earth is warming up, and hopefully they can get out of the train and go into the outside world again, which I thought was really cool. So he says, my heart is running on the time alone on the Snowpiercer. So um it's been a really long time since Snowpiercer has had existed, that train has existed. So he says, my heart is running on the time alone. It's been running on all this alone time, like this long time on the Snowpiercer. Um, so Omelas has no vacancy. I don't know what that means because I've never read the book Omelas, but let's see. So RM is also walking through the train. This is funny. This actually reminds me of like Hogwarts a little bit, like the Hogwarts train, the 9 3/4 train. So he's walking a bunch of all these little cabins, and inside one of these cabins is actually Jungkook, which later on in the music video, we see that Jungkook is not in that cabin alone. He's actually in the cabin with everyone else, which is just really interesting. So it's kind of like, because we see RM's in there too, and it's kind of like RM is walking past himself, from past his past self or his future self, you could say. So RM opens the door, and this part, I love this part because I actually eat the brand of chip. I eat that brand of chip, and it's actually really good. It's like popcorn. Um, but this scene looks like a party. It really does look like a party. But one of the things that I really noticed was RM's face when he opens the door right here. This face is not one of like shocked, shocked surprise, like amazement. This looks more like utterly confused at what's going on. But it's not like he's like confused and happy. He's just confused. He doesn't know what's going on. Um, so I just thought that was really a nice touch. And this scene reminds me a lot of Snowpiercer, one of the scenes where they start attacking the poorer ones on one of the cars. You'll have to watch the movie. It's such a good movie. So they're all throwing stuff at him. I do like that. It starts like this and it goes over like over the rainbow almost and it's following the cake to RM's face, who is just like standing there. Yes. Now this is Jin. Jin is looking up at this staircase. I don't know where this staircase is, but it looks really cool. I'd like to visit there someday. If you guys know where it is, tell me. But so Jin looks up and he goes like this, like he's picture like this is a really good way to say picture. This is also a good way to say picture, this one or this. So Jin is looking up and picturing the members. He's trying to capture the members in that moment, maybe to keep it safe in his heart because he misses them. Or maybe since we know that the train that they are all on is imaginary, does not exist train, and is actually going towards the light, that tells me that they could just be all dead. I don't know what from. Maybe it's from the BTS universe. I know that they all die except for Jin. Maybe that's what that is. Maybe Jin is looking up at his members and how they're moving on, and he's not. He's stuck where he is at the bottom because he doesn't, either he doesn't want to move on or he can't. So that's pretty nice. And then Jungkook, You Never Walk Alone. The carousel's rusty, so it hasn't been in use. So Jungkook, Omelas. It looks like they're just having fun here. It looks like they're all together and having fun. There's not much to say. They all like it when they're together, obviously. Jimin picks up a pair of shoes. Now we see that those pair of shoes at the end up in a tree. A lot of people, it has been passed down like from friends and family around me that either A, if you see shoes hanging from somewhere, it's either A, it's a gang sign, or B, something tragic has happened to the owner of those pairs of shoes. And it needs, they're just hanging there as a sign of, hey, something tragic has happened and we want someone to know about it. Whether or not you know what happened is a different story, but you look up and you see that and you know that something tragic has happened. And the fact that they actually hung it on a tree represents the tree of life. A lot of times trees represent growth, moving forward. It represents life. So maybe they're not dead. I don't know, because it was Jimin who had picked up the shoes. I don't know. You guys tell me down below. But they're having a good time. So actually on the washers, it says don't forget. Probably like a to-do list. Probably it's probably a list of things to not forget. Obviously, don't forget this, and this. I don't know what it says. It's too blurry for us to read, but that's probably what that is. I'll have to look this up, but I don't, but Yoongi is talking about time flowing and it still goes on. I change, you change, everyone changes, and the time is going. And he goes, just like everyone you know, even if you think you're not changing, you are. You were not the same person as you were yesterday. You weren't the same person as you were the day before. You're still yourself, but you're a different version of yourself. And throughout life, we want to become the best versions of ourselves. But we as humans have a hard time finding that best version. But I like the reference of time because RM does say something about time back then, like time is moving forward. And I thought that was cool. Play off of words. These words really got to me. It's a personal matter that I won't discuss here, but it really hit me home. Hobie's on top of the train in the sunset. He's probably just wondering about life, like in the fresh air, you know? Jin puts his hands down because Jin probably, so here's a theory for you. Maybe Jin puts down his hands, right? Maybe it's because he's no longer picturing them. Maybe it's because he's no longer picturing them together anymore. Maybe it's because his dream of them together has fallen. Maybe it's because the other members are dead. I don't know. Maybe it's because they're all dead and he can't move on like they can. Um, that would explain why he's crying in the laundry area, not the laundry pile, but like the laundry mat. Because he does look like he was crying. He has like red eyes and he has like the really sad expression on his face. This is cool. I love this scene. So it's at night. So it's at night, and nighttime, as we said, represents darkness, represents sadness. And he's wearing dark colors. Well, his jacket is dark, and you know what I mean. And he's standing still, but everyone around him is moving in a very fast motion. So that can represent that he's stuck in this one place while everything in life is going by and he can't join them yet because he either can't, doesn't want to, is unable to, or doesn't realize that he can move on. And then at the end of the scene we see that he actually can move on and he joins them. He looks around and he looks back at us as we are now the still people, and he walks away. And then we see Jin. So then Jungkook is now running through the same area as RM. Now we've established that RM's situation is very similar to the Snowpiercer, so this is probably Jungkook following in his footsteps, to try and get to the end of the train, the beginning of the train. You see, he passes the same place, but everything is a little chaotic. And then all the members join him. Maybe it's like they're uprising from that. But then we see the train go by, and Jungkook's like, "Whoa, what was that?" So maybe Jungkook is one of those people that are like, "Oh my God, what is this? I need to know what it is." Or he's like, this train just went by and I saw myself in it. Maybe he's dead and doesn't realize it. A lot of because we saw the train going through light, as we'll see in this upcoming scene, the light fades. So maybe that means he's dead. And then RM and Jungkook close their eyes, and so this part when he lights the matchstick, I did hear of this story, the little matchstick girl. It's about this little girl who has an abusive home and she sells matchsticks on the street. It's winter. She's cold, she's hungry, she doesn't have anything to her. She has like barely any clothes on, and no one is buying the matchsticks, and she can't go home until all the matchsticks are sold. So instead she starts lighting them to keep herself warm, and eventually the light sticks run out and she ends up dying right there. Sorry if that's sad, but that just reminded me of that. So Jungkook is probably dead along with the other members, I would say. Yeah. So now they're all on the clothes pile. I think the clothes pile was made by I want to say someone who was French. It was made by a French guy, and it's just a pile of clothes, and the clothes represent people who have died. I don't know who those people might have been. I don't know why it was built. If you know, let me know. You can see the train, and you can see that they're all on the clothes of death, I should say. So they're all probably dead. And you see how like the clothes pile was dark when Yoongi was sitting on it, but now it's all bright and stuff. So it's probably they're in heaven of some sort. I would say. So we zoom out and all the members are there. So Jungkook realizes he's not alone in death, maybe. Jimin looks cold. So Jimin opens the door. He's wearing a jacket this time. That was so cute. They're all wearing jackets and stuff. So winter has come. And they're all walking towards somewhere. Oh, towards the tree, right? I remember. Don't look at me like that, Jimin. He looks up at the tree. They're all hanging out together. Maybe this is heaven, or this is like the first sign of spring that they have because it is called Spring Day. They're waiting for that spring. They're waiting for the cold to end. But I don't know. Guys, let me know. If you guys would like to see more reaction videos, let me know. And I'll see you all later.